What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. And today, we got to talk about Shannon Sharpe and Shakur Stevenson getting into it on Nightcap. And I'm going to say this off the rip. This conversation started off about boxing, but it didn't end there. Shannon had a real point about Shakur's style being hard for casual boxing fans to watch. Shakur made a real point about not changing a winning style just to give people the kind of damage they want to see. But the reason this clip went viral is because the boxing argument turned into something personal. And once it got personal, Shannon lost the room.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying you consume the positive news. And so if somebody says something that you don't want to hear, you assume, well, I don't value your opinion because you're not a boxing aficionado.
I assume that you don't know shit about boxing. That's all I'm trying to
You
tell
don't know issue about basketball, but you got an opinion on it.
I don't try to debate. If I'm sitting here with Kawhi Leonard, I wouldn't try to debate with Kawhi Leonard about basketball. Because I'm not that ignorant.
So I can't have an opinion about
what I'm trying to tell
style.
you is you're being ignorant. That's it.
I get all that. That's fine. That's fine.
You're being ignorant.
Shakur, book ignorant is something that should never come out of your mouth because you don't have a degree.
Okay.
I run circles around you in the classroom.
Brother, I don't give a fuck about a classroom.
Be respectful. I've never called you ignorant. I've never called you ignorant.
On the
Be
planet
respectful.
that has
Be
not
respectful.
finished high school or finished school that is
I'm not
smarter
talking
than
about
the
them.
book
I'm
smart
talking to you.
motherfucker.
They didn't call me
I'm saying
ignorant.
you're
You
being
did.
ignorant.
Be respectful.
You're being ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
No,
That's what you're being ignorant. I'm not calling you ignorant as a person. I'm calling you ignorant when it comes to the
he had to
sport
take
of
it to left
boxing.
field and talk about ignorance.
You are. In boxing. You are in boxing.
About boxing.
You're ignorant about all sports.
I don't care. I'm not trying to be the smartest nigga about all sports. You're trying to be smart about boxing.
You're not the smartest boxer.
I'm not the smartest boxer. I'm a way smarter boxer than your favorite fighter.
You don't know who my favorite fighter is.
I don't have to know.
You don't. I tell you what.
Don't be mad at me because you get F.
This is what I do.
You got an F. That's it. You got an F.
F what?
In boxing.
Yeah. I got
in boxing. Yes, you got it.
I have an opinion about my style and what I like to see.
And you can have your opinion.
I didn't try to say, would you this, you that.
You can have your opinion. I don't have no problems with your opinion. I think that. No,
yes,
I don't.
You do. You just called me ignorant, but
I said you're ignorant in the sport of boxing. I done told you this 100 times.
Which
whether you want to hear it
it's my
or
opinion.
Not. In boxing, you are ignorant.
It's my opinion.
And I stand by that.
It's my opinion. You got upset because I don't fall in praise you. Your style is boring to me.
You're not really hearing me.
Your style is still boring.
You're being ignorant because
I'm listening.
You're thinking that I'm calling you ignorant as a person, and I'm not talking about you as a person of being ignorant. I'm speaking far as your boxing knowledge and what you're talking about in the sport of boxing, you're ignorant.
I understand what Shannon is saying. Boxing is a sport, but it's also entertainment. When people pay big money to watch a fight, they want to see a fight. They want pressure. They want danger. They want that moment where the whole room stops because somebody just got caught. Shakur don't always give people that feeling. He is skilled, he is smart, and he is hard to hit. But some fans watch him and feel like they are admiring technique more than they watching the fight. That is a fair critique from anybody. But here's where Shannon's point runs into a wall. Shakur is undefeated because he fights the way he fights. Why would he change what is working just because y'all want to see a bloodier show? A boxer only gets one body. The same crowd calling you boring won't be there when that damage starts showing up years later. So Shakur has every right to say, I'm not taking more punishment to make you feel better about your ticket price. That should have been the heart of the conversation. Fans' expectations versus fighter preservation. But then Shakur pushed back. And Shannon started hearing more than just a boxing answer.
Is it entertaining? You hopped all around that question.
I said there's 100 fighters that say my style is entertaining. Why do you think a guy like Floyd Mayweather called me little TBE? I could show you him telling me this personally, or Terrence Crawford or Andre Ward. All these great fighters surrounding me talk to me about my style, and you saying here telling me I'm supposed to take your opinion serious?
You don't have to. It's my opinion.
I know. You could bad at homework. It brings me back to square one. You get F
but still,
on your homework
so let me ask you a question.
Every time you do your homework.
Let me ask you a question. I just want to ask you one question. There's no fighter that's good, that's won a world championship, that's retired, that says your fights isn't entertaining.
I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm not. I don't know the answer to that.
But you can tell me.
I don't pay attention to it if
all the good things that people are saying. You can tell me what Bud said. You can tell me what Floyd said. You can tell me what Andre Ward said. But you can't tell me any negative. So it tells me that you surround. And that's how we are. Yeah. We consume the news.
I'm surrounded. Finish your sentence.
That's favorable to us.
You about to say a cap sentence. I'm surrounded by what?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying you consume the positive news. And so if somebody says something that you don't want to hear, you assume, well, I don't value your opinion because you're not a boxing aficionado.
I assume that you don't know shit about boxing. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
You don't know shit about basketball, but you got an opinion on it.
I don't try to debate. If I'm sitting here with Kawhi Leonard, I wouldn't try to debate with Kawhi Leonard about basketball. I'm not that ignorant.
So I can't have an opinion about
what I'm trying to tell you is you're being ignorant. That's it.
Shakur did what a champion is supposed to do. He defended his work. When you call a fighter boring, you might mean the product, but the fighter hears you questioning his courage, his value, and his place in the sport. That is why Shakur responded the way he did. He basically said, you can call it boring from your seat, but I'm the one in the ring. And he right about that. Getting into a professional boxing ring is already putting yourself in harm's way. No fighter should have to fight dumber just to look tougher. But Shakur also has to understand something. The paying customer don't have to care about your strategy the same way your trainer does. They care about whether they were entertained or not. That may be frustrating, but it's part of the business. Tim Duncan was great, but he was not the reason most casual basketball fans watch the game. The problem is, Shannon didn't stay in that lane. He let Shakur pull him into a different fight. And I think part of that came from something that happened before this interview. Shannon said Shakur took a personal shot at him when he was going through his whole situation with ESPN. And that matters, because when somebody takes a shot at you during a low moment, you remember it. So by the time they sit across from you later, the conversation may be about boxing, but the feeling is about respect. Shannon was not just defending his boxing opinion. He was defending himself.
I'm 58. I got kids
ain't
over
no rules in street fighting. I'm going to tell you now. Ain't no rules in street fighting.
Hey, Shakur. It sounds like Unc say he'll whoop you in a street fight. That's what it sounds like to me.
No chance. Hey, Shakur. I would tell you like this.
Fair.
Go ahead and get turkey money. Fair. Go ahead and get turkey money. Fair. You got a promising career. That shit will end. I promise you, that shit would end.
I will whoop your ass.
Ain't no way. No MMA. But I'll fold your ass up like a lawn chair.
I guarantee you won't. Them knees. You think I ain't? All right, them knees. What them knees? How them knees feel?
You won't ever know.
You barely can walk. You can't keep it on you, huh?
Shakur, you in a great spot. You just signed with Zuffa. Don't mess your money up. You will never see that money.
Man, keep it on you, man.
Keep it on I got to see this, man. We got to set it up, man. We got to set it up.
Shakur, you just said you ain't got no problem making 140. If you ain't got no problem making 140, you probably walk around somewhere between 38 and 45.
I'm going to tell you.
I know.
I'm not worried about you, though. I'm not.
There's a hostile takeover. Big guy take
I'm going straight to your knees. I'm going straight to your
This is what Shannon should have taken control by staying calm. He is the older man. He is the host. He has built a second career by knowing how to handle conversations. But when he started talking about Shakur being too small and what would happen in a street fight, he gave the internet the moment it needed to say Shakur won. Because now the subject was no longer about whether or not Shakur was exciting enough to sell fights. Now it's a 58-year-old Hall of Famer arguing with an undefeated boxing champion about who would beat who outside of the rules. Shakur sat there smiling because he could see he got a reaction. And once the guest makes the host look more emotional than the person being criticized, the optics change. That is why most people gave the exchange to Shakur. Not because Shannon's original point was wrong, but because Shannon lost his composure trying to make it. And that is the bigger lesson. When you have the right argument, you can still lose it by chasing the wrong fight. Shannon should have kept it on marketability. He should have said, Shakur, I respect your skill, but the question is whether or not people will keep paying premium money if they don't feel entertained. That would have been strong. That would have put the pressure back on Shakur without turning it into a manhood contest. But once street fight talk entered the room, the boxing conversation was over. Now let's be fair to Shakur too. He won the exchange, but Shannon's fan point does not disappear. Shakur can keep winning, but if the public is not entertained by your performance, that's going to follow you. Boxing history is full of fighters who were respected by purists, but struggled to capture the casual fan. The sweet science still has to sell tickets. Shakur don't have to become a fool in the ring. He don't have to take damage just to make people chill. But if he wants the biggest stage, he has to understand that dominance and entertainment are not the same thing. That is the real challenge for him, not proving he can fight. He already did that. The challenge is making people feel like his fighting is worth the price of admission. So I'm going to take y'all out like this. Shannon was right about what a lot of fans want out of boxing. Shakur was right about protecting the style that keeps him winning. But Shakur won the exchange because Shannon let a personal beef take over the boxing debate. The moment Shannon started arguing about a street fight, he took the momentum out of his point. And when you move away from your best point, you give the other man the round. At the end of the day, Shakur is not wrong for mastering the art of hitting and not getting hit. That's boxing. But Shannon is not wrong for saying fans want more than a technical masterclass when they are paying to be entertained. The real fight now is not between Shannon and Shakur. The real fight is between Shakur's style and the public's patience. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. Hey.